Hey everybody, ronarray here, and my martial artist build progression is going very smooth. After adding Trinity plus balancing my elements, damage been pretty great so far. So instead, I decided to improve survivability as well. Right now, build feels pretty tanky, with 7k, energy shield, 50% evasion plus multiple sources of ES recovery too, and all of that without crazy investment. So in this video, I will showcase my current setup with a new tree, all my gear, gems and so on. And I will explain the order of upgrading stuff to make you tankier as well. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you appreciate updates like that and tankiness in general. And let's go! So first off, let's start talking about the setup and Chaos Inoculation in there. So Chaos Inoculation is a passive which gives you immune to chaos damage and bleeding, and maximum life is 1. So the big question is, what moment I think it's a good idea to swap to Chaos Inoculation? I think the absolute minimum amount of energy shield you need to have to swap properly is around 4000. But if you will be a little higher, like 6000, it will be even better. Personally, I swapped around 6000 energy shield. So when you're swapping to Chaos Inoculation, your maximum life becomes 1. And you need to take stun threshold and element threshold nodes. Generally, to not waste too many points, I just recommend to take stun and element threshold point right here, only 1, and after that, I recommend to roll on at least one of the jewels, gain additional stun threshold equal to 14% of maximum energy shield. If you're still going to get stunned when you're playing Chaos Inoculation, you can invest a little more points up there for a basement and to the right Shimmering Mirage to protect yourself against elements. But personally, I prefer to spend only 1 point and run jewels for stun threshold too. And another part is evasion. I believe that at the moment, Chaos Inoculation in general works good only with at least 50% evasion approximately without the Wind Dancer, because that way you can survive significantly better since half of the stuff is not going to hit you, especially in maps, it's pretty important. Right now, let's talk about recovery, because recovery of energy shield is a pretty big thing. First off, I'm still using Chevron Satchel, which is absolutely amazing for recovery. It gives you life recovery from Flask, also applies to energy shield. And combined with Flask, which gives 30% of recovery applied instantly, you can literally regenerate at least 300 energy shield with every Flask click. A lot of people would say that when you have a 7000 energy shield, regenerating 300 is not much, but you can just spam that Flask. So as you can see, based on the charges, you can use it 9 times. So just click it 9 times immediately without stopping. You can literally just Flask, 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 Flask. And that's going to regenerate about 3000 energy shield if you will just keep tapping it. It's helping a lot in the bad situations and can make your character survive things that you usually shouldn't. Another thing which we're still using is like recharge with about 3 seconds delay and general recharge for the build. It's pretty nice for recovery, but it's working only between packs. Another cool thing is what regenerating us when we are fighting those packs, and that's Ghost Dance. Ghost Dance is working very good at the moment, even after it's been nerfed, because you're still regenerating small packs of energy shield here and there. It's helping you to be on top and always have a maximum energy shield in most situations. So just add cooldown recovery to your Ghost Dance, and that's going to be pretty much it. However, there's a big question how to fit all the auras. At the moment, I'm running Trinity, Ghost Dance and Herald of Ash. For even better survivability, you can off Herald of Ash and get Wind Dancer up. Instead of 51% evasion, it gives me 57, which is pretty cool, but I'm feeling like Herald of Ash is helping me clear a lot, and I recommend to just keep it. So at the moment, the big question is how to fit all those auras. And for that, I recommend to get the amulet with about 56 spirit. Perfectly, it should be the amulet with like implicit spirit and prefix spirit. The rest of the stats you can just run maximum energy shield and additional critical damage bonus if you will find it. Plus melee skills on the amulet is a very good stat. However, I believe amulets like that could be very expensive, and at the moment I'm not exactly sure if it's worth the investment. If you have the money, obviously go for it. If you don't, you can just run something similar to what I'm showcasing right here. And I also recommend to allocate Meldin, because you don't have a lot of options at the moment what to allocate. Best option is usually Patient Barrier, because it gives a lot of energy shield by itself. But since it causes suffering, isolation and fear, I believe it could be too expensive in some particular situations, and a good cheap option for more like a mid-game amulet is Meldin. It requires only guilt, envy and suffering, nothing else. Now let's talk about how I changed the tree. At the moment, I believe it's a pretty good idea to reach harness elements not from down there like we did before, but from up there. The main reason is like how easy it is to reach Subterfuge Mask. Subterfuge Mask is a very good node, but at the moment I believe that just adding it to the amulet could be a little too much, especially since we try to get like Meldin for the amulet to get even more energy shield. So on the other hand, just spending a little points right here, reaching Subterfuge, and reaching harness elements from the up top is a very solid option. The rest of the tree stays the same, so we are taking dazing hits, we are taking crits, nature's bite, first principle of the hollow, and all crit everywhere else. I'm also taking a lot of small nodes for 12% increase evasion rating and maximum energy shield. I think it's a pretty good bonus, and in general it's boosting your defenses significantly. So if you feel like you're tanky enough, you can drop a few small points right there and pick like attack damage, for example, or go for any other option, even for like anything like Serrated Edge, for example, or Chakra of Impact. But at the moment I believe that just evasion and energy shield is more than good to work for it. Another good option would be to take Bestial Skin. As you can see, it can give me 4% more evasion, but that's probably in the future when I will have even more levels. At the moment I'm only 93, so I will just need to get more points for it. Another interesting part is Hollow Keeper right here. At the moment, after testing, I believe that Hollow Keeper is not really working that well. It's protecting well against the curses, but at the moment, I don't really think it's working too good against the chill. I'm still getting chilled for 50% with it, so I decided not to spend additional points for it. So go Chaos Inoculation, invest into Stun Threshold, and swap as fast as you can get at least 5,000–6,000 energy shield. Right now, let's talk quickly about the rest of the setup and what changed there. Not a lot of things currently been swapped around, so I'm still using Trinity together with Fire Mastery, level 20 is available. And since I got a little more fire damage on my Whirling Assault right here, as you can see my fire kinda jumped, it helped me a lot with reaching almost always upside of Trinity when I'm close to 50–55% of additional damage from it, which is pretty good at the moment. I'm also using Tempest Bell, Magnified Area, Durability, Ancestral and Close Combat. For Whirling Assault I'm running Rage, Ancestral, Pinpoint, Efficiency and Elemental Armament. At the moment, you can also try to run Blindside instead of Elemental, but I think it's already working pretty good in that case. So for the Ghost Dance, it's only cooldown recovery. I'm using Killing Palm with Rage, Blazing, Critical Charge, Perfusion and Thrill to kill. Herald of Thunder is the same, it's Magnified Area. I'm barely using Charge Staff and much more often I'm just using Rend instead. So Charge Staff is barely needed, you can just swap it to Rend. Depends on what are you currently doing. And for the Monk abilities, I'm still using Hollow Resonance, even if I'm not exactly sure how good it is at the moment. I think it's helping a lot with Clear, even if it's not helping with particular situations when you're too far from enemies. So running Magnified Area, Cooldown Recovery, Blind, Stun and Pinpoint in there. And at the moment, I also have Hollow Focus with Magnified, Cooldown, Close Combat, Blind and Culling Strike. I think Culling Strike helps a lot there. And the Hollow Form is just used to deal as much damage as possible, so Blindside, Pinpoint, Elemental and Burgeon. So talking about my items, I think one of the best and the most important thing for you to invest early on to boost your survivability is a helmet. First off, because helmet can provide huge amount of energy shield. Second, because you're going to get more evasion from helmet from Subterfuge Mask. So I recommend to invest in the helmet first. You can get helmet with double resistances or triple if your budget is higher, approximately around 450-500 energy shield. You can go even higher, probably reaching like 600 or even a little more, but at the moment I believe that just going for that is more than enough. And after you finished with your helmet, the next most important item is your body armor. Body armor is playing a big role because it's working with Spectral Ward, giving you maximum energy shield per item evasion on equipped body armor. So try to get body armor as good as possible, again with resistances or deflection rating. I'm also running deflection rating on my boots, 20%, so right here I have a hybrid of energy shield and evasion too. So first go for helmet, then body armor, and boots are the last. For the gloves, you're just going to receive evasion and energy shield passively from your levels, but it's not going to be too big, so just keep what you have. If you're also using uni gloves such as like Tony Alcaraz, you will be absolutely fine with that too. It's still going to provide some evasion and energy shield as well. For the amulet, perfectly, you'll need +3 to melee skills, but at the moment I don't have it. And I will probably just invest in that a little later. So my weapon is still staying the same, I'm probably going to swap it a little later, but at the moment I think it's doing the job just fine. And my rings are probably next on the chopping block, because as you can see, they're not providing that much damage. I'm probably going to replace those things next. Another very important thing for your survivability is charms. So make sure that you are running charm against the slow, so like your speed is unaffected by slows. It could be Fallen Axe, or you can do just without it. And the next thing is anti-stun charm too. It could help you in situation when you're getting stunned, so it's pretty important. The last one should be like immunity to freeze. You're not getting frozen that often, but it's absolutely worth it. And another cool way, in terms of, since we changed the tree and currently passing from up top to harness and subterfuge, is that we're very close to imbibed power. So if you're going to use Lavianga's Spirit Flask, we can go for imbibed power because we always will be under flask effect, so it's pretty free, 6% attack speed and 25% increased damage, which is in my opinion pretty nice and can add quality of life for the build. Also, if you still have issues with mana, it's pretty important that you will get mana on kill either on one of your jewels, so it could be any of the rare jewels, I currently don't have it there, on your gloves, so recover maximum mana on kill. When you're unequipping, it's gain mana per enemy killed. Or you can also spend 2 points right here and get Siphon. It's going to give you recover to 2% of maximum mana on kill as well. And another interesting option for mana is like, don't forget about taking conservative casting too, because it's improving situations significantly. And if you're playing like Tony Alcaraz gloves to just spam hollow form, you can run for Well of Power. That's a pretty nice thing because it gives you recover 5% of maximum mana when you consume a power charge, and you consume it like absolutely non-stop, so it's going to fix your mana issues a lot if you're running hollow form. So at the moment, I think just following advice in that video, you will be able to survive significantly better, and damage part is still staying the same. I'm probably going to focus on improving damage even further next, and change the way we're generating charges in the next step. So stay tuned for the next update, and thank you very much for watching. ronarray out, and see you next time.